Happy Friday. You have made it through another week, and we are almost back to normal when it comes to the quarantine. Most of us in Williamson County are able to return to most of our normal lives. Some of you in Davidson County are still kind of having to catch up with us on the limitations there, but we are glad that everybody continues to be healthy and continue to abide by those pandemic rules as they apply to you. For the safety of your family and for your friends. Okay, it's Friday. You know what Friday is. Friday is test day. Now, we have gone through almost 3 chapters of Matthew. We've gone through chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7. Okay, let's have a quiz. What is your favorite beatitude? Now, the Beatitudes are that first section of the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount is part of the Beatitudes, but it's a lot more than the Beatitudes, okay? What is your favorite one? Why? Take a minute, think about it. Let's go to the next section. There we have a section on how we are to live our lives internally. That is, how we control our mind and eyes. And if you are thinking about murder, if you're thinking about anger toward a brother, then you're already guilty of murder. If you're looking lustfully at another person, then you've already committed the act with them. How are you doing with the control of your thoughts? Now, I know you're thinking, well, man, I can't control my thoughts. I'll just be sitting there and I'll just think something. Well, Martin Luther, the great leader of the Reformation, said, you may not can keep a bird from flying over your head, but you can keep it from making a nest in your hair. Okay? Here's what happens. You'll have the thought, you will see the thought, and you will say, oh, that's a bad thought. I don't need to be thinking about this thought. That's a really bad thought. See how bad this thought is? Look at this thought. It's a really, really bad thought. Guess what? All you're doing is thinking about the bad thought. What you do is you turn your mind to something else. That thought is not helpful. Here's what I want to think about. You control your attention. You control your mind. So how are you doing with the control of your thoughts? How are you doing with control then of your impulses? You are more than your stomach. When you fast, not if, when. And the point of that is to control your bodily impulses, so you control this vessel you're in so that it serves you and you don't serve it. How are you doing with that? How are you doing with your prayer life? When you pray, here's how you are to pray, Jesus teaches us. How's your prayer life? How is your relationship with your brother or sister, especially the one with the speck in their eye, the splinter in their eye? How anxious are you? In this time of pandemic, how worried are you? Jesus said the Gentiles chase after what they will eat and what they will wear. Your Father in heaven knows what you need before you ask for it. Consider the lilies of the field. Consider the birds of the air. Relax and trust His love. So how you doing? Here Jesus is teaching, this is what it is to live in the kingdom of God. This is what it is. This is what we expect as we follow Him. So how you doing? We're almost finished, but it's a good time to take a test. Go back to chapter 5. Read carefully through 5, 6, and 7. Ask yourself, how am I doing? And on those spots that you're not doing real well, then stop a little bit. Think about it. Pray about it. Make some different choices about how you're going to move through with this, okay? 5, 6, and 7. This is a test. I'll give you 60 seconds, but you need longer. I'll see you next week.